Thank you, George. It's a member of the mustard family resembling the cauliflower, and the president does not like it. In fact, he can't stand it. As Jeff Forrest reports, bush and broccoli don't mix.
I do not like broccoli, and I haven't liked it since I was a little kid. And my mother made me eat it. And I'm president of the United States, and I'm not going to eat any more broccoli.
In fact, the president dislikes broccoli so much he has refused to eat it while traveling on board Air Force One. Broccoli is such a versatile vegetable. I mean, you can eat it raw, you can steam it, stir fry it. It's only 59 cents a pound, no cholesterol, very low in calories, and no fat. I think the president's missing out on a pretty good thing here.
It's an excellent source of fiber, vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin K.
See what you're missing, Mr. President? Come on, give it another try.
I do not like broccoli.
Area folks think the president should rethink his stance on broccoli.
We eat it occasionally, yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
The president doesn't like it.
Why? What's his problem? Anyway.
Do you think he should eat it?
I think so. I think maybe he'd have a little more energy.
I love it. I love it. Mostly fresh, Beth.
Yeah? The president doesn't like it, though.
Well, I don't care what he likes.
Broccoli is a favorite vegetable of Chinese chefs. Maybe the president would eat it like this.
Wait a minute.
In all fairness, there are others who share the president's disdain for broccoli.
No, thank you.
Jeff Forrest, Action 2 News, Green Bay.
We'll be back tonight after the basketball fellas did. Well, in tonight's Forrest File, Jeff Forrest shows us how computer technology is making it possible for just about anybody to make beautiful music.
There is perhaps no instrument more beautiful and classy than a grand piano, but many cost-conscious music lovers who are not so accomplished at the keys are choosing electronic digital sampling pianos and organs. Well, they can reproduce hundreds of sounds from a computer chip at the touch of a key or a button.
When I play, for example, on grand piano setting, I'm actually getting the sample of a real grand piano that was recorded in a studio and memorized in a computer chip.
Dave says the new digital samplers are extremely popular, offering more sound at about 1/4 of the price of a grand piano. The computer chip almost makes it seem like there's a 100-piece orchestra right in your living room. The conductor's not included, though. This organ is amazing, and Dave says even a beginner can play it. It can store music on a computer disc or even play back music already on a disc. Even if you can't play a single note, you can play musical director and combine hundreds of different sounds and rhythms. In other words, it can make just about anyone sound good. Now, this is a talent I've been keeping well hidden, but I'm actually a master at the keyboards. I'll play a tune for you with one finger. I could do this all day. Chuck, George, and Bill, I'll be giving lessons when I get back.
Kid's been alone too long, you know that he really has. We got to start talking to him more. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for watching. We'll be found a way to change his hairstyle without touching a hair or looking stupid. It's called computer hair imaging. Watch. Chris Hazard before and Chris Hazard just minutes later. Her stylist, Deb Hallisey. Her tool, a computer. For about $40, City Looks by the Barbers will spend an hour with you, showing you how you might look in today's top hairstyles and colors without touching a single hair on your head. And Hallisey says the computer is making folks less fearful.
Much less because there's no guesswork at all. You see what's going to look like, and you know for sure before you ever get anything cut. It's comforting.
And how close is this to the actual result?
Real close.
You know, I'm kind of a conservative guy, afraid to make changes. Deb, do you think you'd be able to find a style maybe a little better for me?
I'm sure we could find something. Why don't we give this one a try?
First, there's the before shot. It might be hard to improve upon these boyish good looks, but we'll try. Then there's a silly-looking headband. Then you program in the hairstyle, and voila. No, I don't like the dark hair. There we go, the California look. What do you think, Deb?
I think I prefer what you have already.
Should we try another?
Sure.
Yeah, how about the conservative look? And I could even moonlight in a rock band. Well, Deb thought it was funny. And how about me in 25 years? I see not much has changed. I'm still very distinguished looking.
Well, those are fine, but I've got the perfect one for you.
What's she have in mind? Oh, right. Real funny, Deb. Although I do look pretty good this way, too, I guess. I make any hairstyle look good. Gee, this was fun. Maybe Chuck would like this. At 6:24 a.m., Kate Reimer became a mom for the first time on Mother's Day. All thanks to Caitlin Jean, who decided to show up 3 days early to make Mom's delivery a little more special.
Yeah, I thought about it on Friday when I asked the doctor if I could shoot for, he said I could go anytime now, and then he said, I asked him if I could go on Mother's Day, and he said it's a good possibility, so that's when it came.
With grandmas and grandpas and aunts and uncles all around, Caitlin seemed to care about just one thing, giving Mom her best Mother's Day burp. The 8-pound, 8-ounce bundle of joy was born so fast that her mom still can't believe she's a mother on Mother's Day. But even Dad agrees that this is quite a special event.
And it makes it's kind of a little added gift to the grandmothers.
With all the attention focused on Kate and Caitlin, maybe Dad would like Mom to have another baby, only next time on Father's Day.
I'll maybe work for that maybe next year, maybe the year after. What do you think about that?
Oh, don't push your luck.
Caitlin is only a few hours old, and chances are she probably doesn't realize how special this day is, but maybe she will in a few years. Right now, she'd probably rather take a nap. And while I have the chance, happy Mother's Day to two ladies in my life, my mom celebrating her 36th, and my wife celebrating her 1st. And to the rest of you ladies out there, happy Mother's Day. You deserve it. Jeff Forrest, Action 2 News, Fond du Lac.
Jeff Forrest is also enjoying them. He joins us now live from the newly opened track in Kaukauna. How are things going down there, Jeff?
Well, Maureen, I'll tell you, we're on race 10 down here, and they're going very smoothly so far. Mother Nature sure knows how to cooperate, doesn't she? Just a gorgeous evening for the opening of this Greyhound Racing Park down here. Now, I'll have to admit, I've never seen a Greyhound race before, and they're quite exciting. But I'm not the only one down here who hasn't seen one before. Joining me now is Florence Balk. Florence, come on in here. This is your first time at a race.
Correct. Right.
What do you think so far?
Super. A lot of fun and learning a lot.
Had you made plans to come here all along tonight?
No, we didn't. It was a spur-of-the-moment idea, and we just thought, we'll give it a try, and everybody said it sold out. We came out, and we got in, and having a great time.
Now, are you placing some big bets or small bets tonight?
Oh, just small.
Now, are you
get acquainted?
Are you ahead of the game or behind the game?
Well, about halfway. A little ahead, but not too far ahead.
Do you think this is just a novelty and people will come out here once and not go again, or do you think it's something people will come back for?
I think people are going to come back. There are a lot of faces here I haven't seen before, so I think they'll be back.
What's the favorite part of it for you?
Watching that last dog come in and see where your dog is at. It's interesting. It's exciting, and you really get right in with everything, with the people and the yelling and seeing who's winning and where your dog is at. So it's a great time.
Well, thanks for taking some time out and go back and win some money.
Okay.
Thank you, Florence. Once again, first day for the opening of the Greyhound Park here in Kaukauna. They have high hopes for it, and so far there's still several thousand people here. It does look pretty optimistic. Maureen and Tom?
All right, Jeff Forrest.
Tonight's Forrest File, Jeff introduces us to this man who's working harder than ever, creating miniature works of art.
Louis Peterson's basement workshop has that lived-in look to it. That's because he spends hours a day down here practicing his hobby, making things with his hands, very small things.
I just love to make things and create whatever I can create and use up scraps of any kind at all.
Louis makes what he calls country originals. They're miniature scenes from years gone by. They originate in Louis's mind and, through his hands, take their shape. With delicate work like this, Louis says, thank goodness for bifocals. To get a little better feel for Louis's work, I've decided to put myself right in the middle of it. And I tell you, the detail here is incredible. It's so lifelike. Louis, you've done a wonderful job with this stuff. It's really incredible. Hey, hey, I'll drop the part about the bifocals, okay? Louis says more than 50 hours of work went into this tiny rifle. With that in mind, is this really fun for Louis?
It really is fun. It's a labor of love. There are times that I can't wait to get down and work on it, and there are times when I'm working on it that I don't even know what time it is and have to just knock off and...
The wife says, Louis, get upstairs.
Right.
Did you ever do that?
Oh, yes.
Louis doesn't use any measuring devices or calculators to figure out how to build his miniatures, just his mind. He says it's a gift that gives him a feeling of satisfaction, and he's proud of what he makes. For 62-year-old Louis Peterson, good things really do come in small packages. Jeff Forrest, Action 2 News, Manitowoc.
Thank you, Jeff.
Jeff Forrest reports on steps being taken by the Green Bay Police to make sure that officers conduct themselves appropriately on duty and off.
Colleen Belangi has been a Green Bay police officer for 2.5 years. Belangi graduated from the police academy at Fox Valley Technical College, where she learned an important lesson on the fishbowl syndrome.
The public looks at you all the time, and they're looking at what you do, how you act towards other people, and how you are socially as well as professionally.
Chief Howard Erickson says his department accepts only those with 2- or 4-year degrees. A thorough background check is done on each officer, along with a psychological evaluation.
You're certainly not going to eliminate prejudice in anybody, because only I know or you know what's going on in my mind or yours. But what you do eliminate is that officer allowing that prejudice to reflect in his job. That we won't tolerate.
Erickson says, in his opinion, the Fox Valley Academy is one of the finest in the nation, and says it's unfortunate if this incident has given the Academy a black eye. Belangi also feels that the Academy is in no way to blame for what happened.
It's just the person. I don't think any amount of training, any amount of classes could have prevented this.
Jeff Forrest, Action 2 News, Green Bay.
Allegedly made offensive remarks during class. Jeff Forrest reports.
Appleton Police Chief David Gorski would not comment on camera about the 2-week-old investigation, but officials at Fox Valley Technical College confirmed the allegations.
The complaint involved inappropriate, offensive, or suggestive remarks made against women by one of the teachers. And the other involved disparaging references by one of the teachers about homosexuals.
In a press release, Gorski said the department is disappointed and embarrassed by such alleged conduct. Gorski also said the vast majority of the men and women of the Appleton Police Department disavow such statements and have expressed, as I do, their disapproval. Penny Felton is the president of a gay-lesbian group at UW-Oshkosh and says she is saddened but not surprised by such alleged conduct and statements.
It's sort of frustrating to hear things like that, to think that people still think like that, people still get away with doing that in a classroom setting. Training the police to think like this.
In his press release, Chief Gorski said, quote, "The citizens of Appleton have come to expect the best from the Appleton Police Department. I apologize for the failure of the 2 officers in this instance to meet those expectations." Gorski says the internal investigation could be completed within 2 weeks. Jeff Forrest, Action 2 News, Appleton.